But anyway, Rob G, we want to bring you in to talk about Micah Parsons. And Micah Parsons had something. I think he was a lock cinch to get this big contract that early on in his career, they would call him the next Lawrence Taylor, which was way premature. He's a fine player, and I'm not trying to dismiss him or diminish his skill level, but I thought that was premature. And the Cowboys and their defense just haven't been good. I know he's had some injuries along the way as well and missed some action, but he's not on that trajectory right now. And Rob G, what for a guy with the Turn Off His Micah podcast, and he's always talking about all these great things, it was weird to hear him downplay his own ability and like what he should be paid. I think it's surprising.
Well, to your point, and we'll play this out here in a second. To your point, the idea that Micah Parsons wasn't going to break the bank only came up like in the last 2 weeks. And there was a big report in The Athletic where Stephen Jones was quoted as basically saying, we're going to have to reevaluate the way we build our roster because we're very top heavy. We got Dak making all the money, CD making all the money, Zach Martin making all the money, and now Mike is making all the money. And so when one of those guys gets hurt, or God forbid, two of those guys get hurt, our roster's very thin. So they're like, right. Well, hey, what are they going to do with Micah? Because he's going to get top of the market money. How are you going to do it with all this? So that's kind of been talked about over the last 10 days or so. Yesterday, Micah Parsons was asked about the whole situation, the idea of him resetting the market at the edge position. Here's the response.
Okay, so I know you recorded a couple weeks ago, said you didn't have to be the highest paid.
No, I don't.
But it would be nice.
It would just be nice to be surrounded by good players. You know what I mean? Players that's going to help you win championships. I say that. To me, having $40 million and chipped every play and slid to with 3-4 people, I don't think that sounds too fun to me. So, to me, it's about people that can keep making a difference. And obviously, we're going to get Sam back and we're going to get some of them players back. So we'll see how it breaks down. But I want to keep as many guys as possible. Or, however, they're going to make the cap work. I don't know how.
So you're telling Steven you don't need 40?
No, I don't need 40.
You know, huh?
I don't need 40.
Just totally ridiculous. If I'm his agent, I'm like, dude, what are you saying? Why would you even put that in the atmosphere? I think he's devaluing himself because he knows he's not going to reset the market, just given the situation the Cowboys are in. They're in a unique situation. Rob G mentioned it earlier, Kelvin, that if it was just recently that he was going to reset the market. Yeah. And he understands. And to throw Stephen Jones, life preserver, and say, oh, yeah, I don't need 40. Okay, that's what I heard you say. You don't need – how about taking a team-friendly 28 or 32? You know what I mean? Like saying he doesn't need 40. I don't get that. I don't understand. The only way you could be doing that is if you're setting yourself up so that when you don't reset the market, you know what I mean? Like you're humble and you're kind of cutting them off at the pass. So people say, man, Micah really his stock has really dropped. He ain't the guy that everybody thought he was. Because does this make sense to you?
No, and so this is one of those things where being honest can shoot you in the foot. And this is where your agent, to your point, calls you and says, hey, I get your point. I understand that what you're really saying is, and I actually think I get his honest point. He wants to win. And I need more talent around me so I can be better, right? So we can win. And I want to take all the money, and then we got a few players, but we don't have a team that can win. So I got money, but I'm losing. You don't need to say that publicly. I'm the agent. Rob, you have an agent. What do they tell you when I'm on the phone? Hey, blah 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 blah. We're going over the game plan. Then he goes, what is it? What do they say, Rob? Let me be the bad guy. Let me be the one who has to say these things, do these things. Let me kind of navigate this space. And so I think he was trying to just be honest and tell him, but dude, you pay me this percentage for a reason. You pay me this money for a reason. Let your agent, let him get his Jerry Maguire on. So it's one of those things you're hurting yourself because I know we keep saying, oh, the Cowboys are top heavy and da-da-da-da-da. You know what Jerry Jones has always done? He's always kind of paid his players. The ones that we may even go, well, why would you do that? Or that's too much. He kind of has a Laker vibe in that there's a little bit of loyalty where hey, if you were dedicated to me or you're one of my guys, I take care of you. So you never know. As much as they're saying this now, they may have been considering, well, we still got to do it. I mean, because look, when you look at the stats of what he's been doing, there's not many like him. There's not many like what he's been able to do statistically, defensively right now.
But they're not winning. Once you stop winning, I hear you, and I'm not trying to
I'm saying the argument would be, look, the argument, so I'm glad you said that. So the argument would be, well, look at what happened this year with the injuries, right? We've lost him. We lost Marcus Lawrence. We had some of the secondary out, and that's the only issue because when he plays, their defense is incredible. They're always been a top 10 defense. He's always 1 or 2 and 3 in sacks. He had career highs in sacks last year. He's always one of the better. He's had never failed to get less than 13 sacks in his 3 seasons prior to this. So he's been he also never finished worse than 3rd in defensive player of the year voting. So like, I'm his agent. I'm like, hey, shut up. This is what you do when you're healthy. This is just an anomaly season where you were banged up a little bit. You're that guy. So let me do what I do, get you the most money, and maybe still force them to do some other things. But you don't have to agent out loud. You don't have to speak about these things out loud.
Here's the other thing. Players worrying about the team's cap and the other players and that's for them to decide. That's not for you to decide. I keep hearing that. You know how many guys have taken all this money also you could get other players around. They did it with Patrick Mahomes in his first contract. First thing they did was get rid of players, right? Oh, we can't pay you. We can't pay. Dude, they're going to do whatever's best for them. So this hometown discount and all that other stuff is ridiculous. Let them do their job. They're the GM. They're the capologist. That's not for you to worry about. I want to be paid for my market value. And that's it. And if you don't want to pay me, then you could trade me or move me on. But this whole idea that you should be worried about. Aaron Rodgers gave the Jets, he took Rob G, $12 million? What was it? $12 million.
I think it was closer to 20, to be honest with you.
Kelvin, he shaved $20 million off his salary for the Jets.
Yeah.
Is that money well spent?
No.
Aaron Rodgers?
Oh, you know what?
No.
Hey, correction. We were both wrong. According to ESPN, Aaron Rodgers took a voluntary, you'll love this, Rob, $34 million pay cut.
This is what I'm trying to say. Like it don't guarantee you anything. And that was him trying to help the organization. For people who said he's the worst leader ever, for a guy to take a $34 million cut so that they can sign other players, that's bad leadership.
Here's what people see, though. They're going to say, I saw Tom Brady do it, a whole bunch of success. I saw Patrick Mahomes do it, and I know what your point of they got rid of Tyreek Hill and got rid of I get that, but people are going to say, what was the end result?
But they didn't save the people that supposedly they were going to. And that's my point. Tom Brady, despite the saving money, the biggest push for Tom Brady is that he didn't have any receivers, that they didn't go out and spend that money on anybody.
No, the money, I ain't saying the money didn't go back in the bank. Or go back in the owner's pockets.
Back to ownership. That's what I'm saying.
In the owner's pockets. But I'm saying the perception will be, see, you have to
that
go
money
deep.
went to a massage parlor in Florida. That's what I'm just saying. Allegedly.
Just leave it there.
Allegedly.
I'm going to just leave it there.
Allegedly, I said.
No, I'm just leaving it there. Because it ain't even allegedly. We just ain't seen the tape. When the tape is out there.
I'm still waiting to see the tape. Me and Alex are the only two people on the planet who want to see the tape. Alex, am I correct? Me and you?
Oh, Rob, you and I are going to have a movie night when it comes out.
We got to see it.
Guess who y'all don't need to call?
Popcorn
Me and Rob G.
with a lot of butter, Alex.
Oh, I can't wait.
Don't speak too soon, Dub, because, if they're going to watch it, I'm not going to not watch it. That would be rude.
You wouldn't watch it if we had the tape?
That would be rude.
No, just
Kelvin?
FaceTime me. Just FaceTime me.
No, I'm asking you. You would watch it. You watch the Tyson-Jake Paul fight. You're not going to watch. Why wouldn't you watch this?
Get him.
Why would I want to watch Robert Kraft 97-year-old self? You already done put him in the grave. Didn't you say he was a pork chop away from the grave or something?
But isn't this a bonding moment for the team as the odd couple, right? Isn't that what we're doing? This is the team building.
That's right.
Y'all better find something else to bond.
We can hold hands and sing Kumbaya while we watch.
No,
Steve
first
can
of all,
come. Steve, you want to come? He said no. But we can invite Steve.
You know what?
Steve has no interest in watching the tape, no?
No, he says no.
You know what? You know what, Raji? This is what would happen. Rob would say, Everybody over my house, I got the Robert Kraft tape. Then we would get there and he'd be already out. Be like, oh, my bad, y'all. Just like we were all supposed to walk over to the daggone Christmas party together and he left us.
Oh, I watched it this morning. You guys didn't miss anything.
Oh, I watched it this morning. I gave the tape away. My bad. I didn't know you were coming.
Literally.
You told us. Oh, see, you didn't. I knew it as I said it. Okay. All right. Get some calls.
877-99 on Fox. I just think this is a preemptive strike, like a preemptive move to say, hey, Cowboys, I know you guys were talking about paying me big time. I know you're not that happy with the big deals that you signed that didn't work out, but I want to stick around, and I don't need a lot of money because he knows he's not going to get a lot of money. Not the money he thought he was going to get. How's that?
Yeah, no, I think he's still going to get a lot of money. I just think that, we've talked about it.
I'm not saying he's getting pennies, but I'm just saying for him to have to come out publicly and say that, it makes no sense.
That's just the way sports are nowadays. Like, he's going to get the next up. That's just the way it is. But however, my point is, let your Jerry Maguire, let him Jerry Maguire.